People of Reddit, who was that one girl guy that you never got over and why? You yearn for the feeling that person gave you at that point in your life, not the person as you would find them now. I'm not over it enough for this redomao. Music, enjoyed each other's company, had the same very high sexual drive and everything felt perfect. Until I found out she was cheating on me with another guy on a nearby city where she used to work. Later, I figured it out. She liked the care and love I had for her, but only when she was needy. She never loved me back. I broke up with her the moment I found out and never looked back. She tried contacting me sometimes, but I ghosted her. I have been in other relationships ever since with people who treated me with much more respect, but often I miss how compatible we were back in the day. Why she kinda sex. She just won't get out of my damn brain. I can't believe all of it was a lie. I was hung up on someone like this for over a decade. By then I was long past thinking I was ever going to move on. Then I did. It's something I have difficulty explaining or understanding. That one girl in uni, I was super into her. We would have been perfect for each other. We had such a good friendship to start. Got on super well, made each other laugh, and talked about everything, but no way would she be into me, so I never did anything. Years later, I learned she was. She's married with 2 kids now, though. Dated this girl, only girl I've ever dated, and it ended almost 6 years ago. I don't like her anymore. Maybe kind of resent ever going through that experience. Just have a lot of pent-up anger or whatever that makes me keep thinking about her till this day. I don't want to say this is what is keeping me from dating anyone else. It's mostly my lack of confidence. But at the back of my head, I feel like even if I do, I'm going to project my insecurities on my partner. That's not good for either of us, Mao. He was my best friend, a literal copy of me. The only difference was our gender. We could talk about nothing for hours. We could walk nowhere without getting bored. After some time, I told him that I love him. He said he loves me too, but nothing really came out of it. After a week, he just started to answer my texts less, ignore me, and eventually he just stopped texting, calling, and talking to me. It broke my heart so much I tried to take my own life, but never told anyone because I thought it was an embarrassing reason. Eventually, I healed. Now I have a wonderful boyfriend and I'm happier than ever, but I still wonder, why did he disappear? She was an old friend of mine. Had one hell of a crush on her as a little kid. She died. Suicide. I hope her next path is filled with less sorrow. 7 years ago, I started my master's degree. There was this girl in class who was just stunning. In fact, on the introduction day, the professor told that about 70 of couples meet in school. And I could swear at that point we had eye contact for a second. Anyway, she had a boyfriend, but she cheated on him repeatedly with me. And I was so foolishly in love with her that I just accepted this situation. In the end, she chose her boyfriend. Rationally, I know I didn't just dodge a bullet. I dodged a giant bullet train. I just never really went for it. And on some level, I will always regret was I so in love with her. She was everything I am not. It was euphoric and painfully humbling. When I was with her, I did not care about the world, nor what others thought of me. I didn't just like her. I actually liked myself when I was with her. She is married to another guy now. That's all I know about it. Felt good writing this down for once. The family doubt I had to go with my mama to Tio to put down after 14 years of love. She was the best girl. Shit wrecked me. You ever come into a thread like this just hoping someone is talking about not? Yes, could talk for hours, same music taste, and unbelievably kinky in bed. But she had just gotten out of a relationship that she had been in for a significant time, and she still had feelings for him. I always thought of her as the one that got away. Just I've ever felt for someone. She is the most beautiful woman I've ever met. She's scared that the roles have reversed this time around. But I make sure she knows that I'm here to stick around, LOL. Happiest I've been in a long time. Kimberly and O'Brien, fucking angel personified, saved my life and I still fucked it up. Still can't listen to Black by Pearl Jam to this day. If someone is dumb enough to leave you, be smart enough to let them easy when you have an obsessional mind though. Amber, she died. Okay, great timing. I had a boyfriend for 5 years and we were on off. We were each other's first everything, but because we were young, we didn't know how to have a healthy relationship. And he texted me today on new email that he just made cause we're blocked on everything toxic. Okay. So if anyone knows if I should respond or just continue to try get over him, never gonna happen, but okay. Sorry for broken English, not my first language. I've needed hookup closure in the past. They weren't the one that got away like I wanted to marry them, but it bothered me that we obviously had a thing for each other and didn't act on it. Years later we did, and then that was that. Homecoming date. I was in the friend zone and too young and naive to understand she wasn't that into me. She thought we were going together as friends and I was building up enormous expectations with like zero reciprocation. Definitely not her fault. I was so dumb. She then went on to date one of my close friends and I found out they hooked up after like the first date. Took it really hard for like the rest of my senior year. Realized it was entirely all in my head once I got to college. The crush never really went away until I met my future wife. I look back and cringe at the whole thing, lol. Ask Reddit needs to be shut down and every poster needs to go outside. I'm worried about you dudes. I've got a friend that I was hung up on for a long time. But I've also just kind of accepted the fact that they are always going to be very attractive to me and I'll just have to live with that occasional what if thought fluttering in the back of my mind. Her name was Kayla. Worked with her and fell in love. Dated for 6 months during after her divorce. Was open and considerate with her and what she might go through emotionally. She denied having those feelings until she ghosted me and told me she needed to be alone for a while. Found out she ran back to her ex-husband the whole time. My high school sweetheart. Of course, I was immature and I didn't know how to treat her, and after I joined the military, she found someone else. It's been 45 years and I've never gotten over her. Denny Michelle Olivier, I still love you. I was in same school with this one girl from preschool till grade 5. We're kinda neighbors, like my and her mom are friends. So now that I'm in college, she's still kinda in my head instead of other girls. I'm never going to ask her out. She's 6 foot tall. I'm barely 5'6". I don't want to be crushed. 2 years ago, I met this girl and she is probably the best person I've ever met. Like she was my twin flame. It just seemed we were made for each other. At least that's what it feels like. She broke up with me with no reason, but my dumbass 7 months ago started talking to her again and we got back together and it was way better than the first time. Nothing that happened like cheating or something like that. It just ended. It's like there was a void in our relationship that we didn't know how to fix and that just ended everything. We don't hate each other, but it seems like we just can't be together. And I really love her, but I can't do anything about it. Fuck, I'm cooked. Finding the love of your life while both being in a relationship sucks. I really should be over her, but I always have questions and what if in my head. I question whether I'm fully over it or not. She took her own life. I'm almost 50. I've gotten over each and any. If you stay fixated on the past like that, life happens without you right beyond the edge of your peripheral vision. She was killed by a drunk driver coming home. One simply can't get over it. The dude didn't even go to jail. Let's talk about something else. Thanks for watching.